Welcome to problem 6 from section 5.2. I'm Randy Way and I'll be walking you through this proof. So what we're asked to prove is that this series where any integer greater than 1 sums, the even integers sum to n squared plus n. So the proof that we're going to establish, we're going to create this property P of n that describes the equation that's stated for every integer n greater than or equal to 1. And we're going to start with the basis case, which is to assume that the value of n is 1. And so we'll place 1 in the place of n, and on the left-hand side, you'll only get the first term. And so on the left-hand side, the value is simply 2. On the right-hand side, you get 1 squared plus 1, which is also 2. So in short, if we drop a 1 in the machine and turn the crank, what you get is you get 2 equals 2, which proves that the basis case, for the basis case, this expression is true. Now, we want to extend that basis case. We want to generalize it for any value, any integer greater than 1. And so we're going to switch variables to k, and then we're going to attempt to show that for any k value, k plus 1 is also true. So we'll create here our inductive hypothesis. We'll suppose that p of k is true. That is, we're going to suppose that basically the same expression with k as the variable is true. And what we're going to now try to establish is, in place of k, we will substitute in k plus 1. So this is sort of like the next domino in the series falling. And I think of this as like if you've ever read the kids' book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. It's a story about this whole series of events that transpires uncontrollably after the first, and that's sort of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to establish that this pattern can be generalized without limit. So if we substitute in k plus 1 in place of k, on the left you just get 2 times k plus 1, and on the right you get basically this polynomial that when all cleaned up is a fairly concise expression of k squared plus 3k plus 2. So again, we're trying to establish that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side under these new conditions of k plus 1. Now, this is the part that's a little tricky. We have to get the left-hand side into a form that's more recognizable. And so we're going to make the last term explicit. And if you think about making something explicit, it means leave nothing to the imagination, right? We're going to describe every piece of it. And so what we want to do is we want to describe precisely the second to the last term. Well, if the last term is k plus 1, if the last term is 2 times the quantity k plus 1, the preceding term is 2k. And again, that's a property of this expression having even integers in series on the left-hand side. Now, here's the tricky part, is that if we look at the first k terms of the left-hand side, that is our original expression before we went to k plus 1. And recall that our original expression we said was equal to k squared plus k. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take everything, we're going to take the first k terms of the left-hand side and replace them with k squared plus k. And so I've set up this equality here with question marks. I don't know if it's true. I haven't fully executed all the steps, but you can see that basically the first k terms of the left-hand side are captured by the k squared plus k, and then our inductive hypothesis is that we could extend this by going to k plus 1. So you can see that I've added the next term in the sequence, which would be 2 times the quantity k plus 1. And again, this right-hand side, this neat polynomial, we know is the result of taking k plus 1 and substituting it in place of k in the original expression. So a few dazzling algebraic contortions, and what we find out is that the two sides of the equation are equal, and because we've used k plus 1, we could arbitrarily substitute any integer value greater than 1 in, and we would find that the equality would hold. So because we've sort of inductively shown that the equality holds for every situation, we can state that this our inductive hypothesis is true, and that this pattern that's established in the basis case is universal.